let's get into the news. The first story of the day is about group video chat on Google Duo. We have screenshots of what it's going to look like. Now, if you don't use Google Duo, it is a video chat app, and the group messaging on this, the group video chat, whatever you want to call it, will be able to support up to 7 people. It won't match what FaceTime can do, up to 32, but 7 people I feel like is definitely enough. And you can see from these screenshots right here that you can call all 7 people at once and all 7 people can answer, and you have to create a group first. And it's, I mean, don't have any actual photos of the video, but just checking out these screenshots, you can kind of get a better idea of what it's going to possibly look like once it rolls out to everybody here. And then there's also low light mode, which is kind of cool. Automatically adjust your video in dark environments so others can see you better. I'm curious to try this out once it launches. Hopefully this will launch in the next couple of months. I would assume, if we're already seeing screenshots and stuff like that. So looking forward to the group video chat on Google Duo. Next up, if you're on T-Mobile, they're currently working on the Android Pie update for a whole handful of Galaxy Samsung phones. And as you can see right here, T-Mobile is working on an Android Pie update for Galaxy S9, S8, S8 Active, Note 8, A6, and J7 Star. Now, obviously, the one missing here is the Note 9, so you would have to believe that that's going to be shortly after they get this working. There's no official release date when this will actually come out to these Galaxy phones, but it is currently in development, where the company optimizes the software before it's bug testing. So it's kind of like a 3-step process: it's development, bug testing, and then after all the bugs are worked out, then they release it to everybody. You probably hell, I don't know how quick they're going to do this. January is supposed to be when it officially comes out. So hopefully January for you guys, no later than February, but we'll have to wait and see. And the last story of the day is about the Galaxy Note 9, Android Pie, Samsung One UI beta. A 4th update is being pushed out currently in Germany, India, and South Korea. It hasn't hit America yet, but it should be in the next few days. And basically what it fixes is force touch of home button in gesture mode does not work, so it fixes that. App stops when playing motion photos in the gallery. Bixby service stops in 2-phone mode. Navigation bar is not changed when changing to one-hand operation mode in gesture mode. And keyboard specific part, bottom right, cannot be touched. That's with the Samsung keyboard. I don't use that, I use Gboard, but regardless, it's going to fix these things. So if you have the Galaxy Note 9 Pi beta, it should fix these things, and you should have it in a few days if your country was not mentioned a second ago. Happy 2019. Let's get into the news. The first story of the day is we have a speed test of AT&T's 5G network versus its 4G network, and the results are not that impressive. Now, this is a 5G speed test versus a 4G speed test, both on the AT&T network at the same spot, using 2 different routers, and you can see that the speeds are basically the same, more or less. They both have a 77 ping on the 5G and the 4G. The 5G has a slightly faster download speed, 194 versus 187, and the upload speed is doubled, 17 versus 8, but other than that, it's not very impressive. Now, it is in the infancy of 5G, and the test was done on a Nighthawk in Indianapolis. And like I said, it's cool to see speeds that are faster, but they're not that impressive, unfortunately. We'll have to wait further into its life to see some bigger boosts. The theoretical peak speed of AT&T's 5G network is 625 megs, and this comes nowhere close to that. Next up, if you've been waiting for dark mode on Facebook Messenger, it is in testing right now, and we have screenshots. Check these out. And not much to see in terms of dark mode. Obviously expect a dark or black background with white or light gray lettering, and that's pretty much it. And this is what you see right here from the screenshot. It's being tested, so it's not out yet officially, but hopefully this will come out very, very soon. But it's a cool little indicator of what we're gonna see when dark mode comes out for Facebook Messenger, if you use it. If you have the unlocked Galaxy S8 or S8 Plus in America, a new update is being pushed out right now. It gives you the December security patch, along with some bug fixes and some other things as well. So if you have that phone, check into your settings and then software update and look for that update. And hopefully you have it by now. And the last story of the day is about the Galaxy S10, S10 Plus, and the foldable phone that's coming out for Samsung. So all the S10, S10 Plus, and foldable phone will have a 3-camera setup on the back of the phone. The big thing coming out of this is that the lenses being made for the phone will be Samsung lenses. They're not going to be Sony or some other manufacturer. Samsung's designing the lenses and making the lenses for these phones. The other big part of it, and we kind of already knew this, but I guess it's a little bit new for the foldable phone, is that one of those lenses will be an ultra wide angle, allowing you to get that kind of look that a GoPro gets, where you can see a lot more on the screen. Hopefully it has image stabilization built into it, so that when you walk around or video stabilization too, actually, so that you get that crystal clear, non-wobbly video. It's just like smooth like butter. I'm hoping they really do that, but I'm totally stoked about these wide angle lenses. I liked it in the LG phones, and now they're bringing it to this year's Samsung phone, so it's going to be amazing. It's going to be really, really cool, hopefully. Let's get into the news. The first story of the day is about the OnePlus 6 and a new software update that has been pushed out to it. Now, the latest software update that's just been pushed out to it is Oxygen OS 9.0.3, and it's brought a bunch of improvements. So far, the system, you get improved Wi-Fi stability for better connectivity, improved Bluetooth stability for better connectivity, updated Android security patch to December 2018, general bug fixes and improvements. On the camera side, you're getting improved nightscape performance. That is their basically like their really low light performance mode for cameras, and it just brings out the light in the photo itself if it's really, really dark. Improved slow motion performance, optimized image processing. On the earphone side, you get an audio tuner for Bluetooth earphones, and lastly, communication support for voice over LTE for Boyages, France. I don't even know how you say that, but regardless, a very welcome update. Oxygen 9.0.3 on the OnePlus 6. They are always pushing updates out. So if you want a phone that always has a lot of updates and in a good way, look at OnePlus phones. And the last news of the day is definitely going to make a lot of people happy, and it's about the Galaxy Note 9 and the Galaxy Note 8. On a previous roadmap for the Android Pie Samsung One UI official update coming out for these phones, you were looking at the Note 9 getting it in February of 2019 and the Note 8 getting it in March of 2019. Well, a new roadmap for device updates for Galaxy phones has come out, and the Galaxy Note 9 is now slated to get this update on January of 2019, which this is the month we're in right now. So you're probably looking at like around the middle of the month. The official update should come out for the Galaxy Note 9. I already have the beta, and it's running fairly well at this point. I expect to get another update in a couple days for it. But yeah, that's awesome. And then you're looking at the Galaxy Note 8, which was previously slated for March of 2019, now slated for February of 2019. It's funny because the Galaxy S8 and S8 Plus is still slated for March of 2019. So you're looking at the Note 8 getting up and Note 9 actually getting pushed up a month, which is great news for everybody involved. Other than that, when are you officially going to get this update in terms of if you're on T-Mobile or Verizon or one of these other carriers? I would assume, and hopefully you will get it in January, but you never know with the carriers. Sometimes they take a little bit longer than the unlocked devices. So I'm assuming that the unlocked devices here in America will get it first, and from there the carrier version. But again, you never know. Maybe everybody will get it at the same time. And it's a cool update so far. And I've been doing videos in the morning of Samsung One UI on the Galaxy Note 9, just showing you like through some of the settings that might have changed for you once you get this device. So if you're kind of new to the channel or you're not already subscribed, you might want to subscribe and check out my morning video as well, because I put out 2 videos every single day, guys. Let's get into the news. The first story of the day is the Galaxy S8, S8 Plus, and Note 8. The latest information and rumors coming out from Sam Mobile is that those phones will be most likely getting the Samsung One UI Android Pie beta fairly soon. And what they're saying is that the phones, if they do get this, the Note 8 will probably get it first, just based off of the latest story we had yesterday where the Note 8 got pushed up a month. saying that they'll officially get the software in February of 2019. And now if the beta comes out, most likely that'll obviously come out before that, and it comes out. And then the Galaxy S8, S8 Plus is rumored to officially get it in March of 2019. But again, the betas are always going to come out first. So this is great news for people that have those devices. You're looking at America being one of the top places to get it first, along with Germany, South Korea, India, and the UK. Now, once this does officially come out, I will definitely cover it, and I'll definitely let you guys know. But in the meantime, make sure you do all your updates for like the Samsung Members app if you have that, depending upon where you live, or the Samsung Plus app. Again, depending upon where you live, do the updates from the Google Play Store or the Galaxy Store. And again, just follow the channel. I will definitely let you know when it officially comes out. But the rumors and what it looks like is, it looks like it's going to be coming out fairly soon. Next up, if you're on Sprint, you have the S8, S8 Plus. They've just pushed out the December update, so check your phones right now and basically just go into settings, software updates, and check for the update. And if you have it, download it, install it, restart your phone, and you'll be all up to date with the latest bug fixes and security updates. And the last story of the day, guys, is it looks like we have an official caught in the wild Galaxy S10 photo. Now, Evan Blass put out a tweet saying Galaxy S10 Beyond One in the wild. And from what we've been hearing about these new Galaxy S10 phones is the screens won't be as rounded or curved, whatever you want to call it, as previous generations. And it's kind of been like that the last few years. If you remember, like the Galaxy, I believe it was S6 or S7, they were like super curved and like a little bit too sharp on the edges. And they've kind of gotten a little bit better over the years. And it looks like they're going to continue that trend with the Galaxy S10. And again, this phone right here, since it's the regular S10, it's going to be 6.1 inches. And you can see the slight curve on the sides. Also in the top right, you can see the camera cutout, no notch or anything like that, just a camera cutout in the top right, and then very small bezels at the top and at the bottom. You should still be getting stereo speakers because there's going to be a speaker at the very top bezel in the black part, and then probably at the bottom of the phone as well. And you're looking again at the Galaxy S10 supposedly in the wild. Just looking at the sides, it's tough to see, at least from my angle in this photo, any buttons on the left side. I can't remember if they put the buttons on the right or left, but regardless, you don't see anything really on the left. No, the buttons were staying on the left, so I don't personally see the buttons, so maybe this is not completely real, or maybe it's blurred out a little bit, or maybe I'm just not looking at it right. But regardless, this is supposed to be the Galaxy S10 in the wild. Let's get into the news. The latest news is about the Galaxy Note 8 and the Android Pie update. We had a story yesterday saying it was going to come out fairly soon. Well, it looks like we almost have an exact date at this point. Now, this message comes from a Samsung moderator in the members forum in South Korea. And in the comment, they go on to say that the Note 8 is likely to start next week, as soon as next week S8 goes on beta later. It's broken down because it's a translation, but basically what it's talking about is that the Android Pie update, also known as Samsung One UI, the beta version of it, should be coming out next week for the Galaxy Note 8. Now, like I said yesterday, I will definitely let you guys know when I hear exact information. Obviously, this is coming from a moderator, and they probably do know, and I wouldn't be surprised coming out next week for the beta version. But when and if it really does, I will definitely let you guys know. Speaking of Android Pie and the Samsung One UI beta, it looks like a user in Germany has the official build, meaning the official version, has been pushed out to him on his Galaxy S9 phone. And the update was fairly small at only 95 megs because he was on the Pi 9 stable over the air that showed up for him previously. So he was pretty stable, and they just pushed out, something to confirm its non-beta use. So he's lucky. I don't know if other users in Germany have this, but if you do, please let us know in the comments. Next up, the latest information on the Galaxy S10 Lite. Battery size is pretty disappointing. It's rumored, at least based off of supply chains, is that it's only going to have a battery size of 3100 milliamps, which is pretty small at that point. You're looking at something like a Galaxy Note 9 has a 4000 milliamps. There's other Galaxy phones that are budget phones that are coming out this year that have 5000 milliamp battery. So for an S line series of phone, an S10, even if it's the light version, to have only a 3100 milliamp battery, again, is pretty bad. Having a smaller display and maybe, you know, some lesser specs will make it even out a little bit in the battery compartment versus some other phones that they're putting out under that same line. But regardless, it's still not a very good thing. Guys, let's get into the news. If you have the Galaxy Note 9 and you're on the Android Pie Samsung One UI beta build, they have just pushed out, at least in Germany, a stable build of this. Now, the stable build should be good enough for you to run on a daily basis at this point with no worries so far, but just having this beta hasn't really been an issue. And the update that is being pushed out right now for the stable build includes the January security update and is only 95 megs. And the last story of the day is about the battery capacities for the Galaxy S10 variants, the Lite, the regular S10, and then the S10 Plus. Now, we talked about the Lite version yesterday having a battery capacity of 3100 milliamps and that being kind of disappointing. Now let's talk about the S10 and S10 Plus. And as you can see, they're written on the cases themselves, and on the right is the S10 Lite, which is 5.8 inch with a 3100 milliamp. The 6.1 inch is rumored to have a 3500 milliamp battery capacity, which would match the Galaxy S9 Plus, I believe, currently. And then the 4000 milliamp, which is also known as the 6.4 inch. The S10 Plus one should have a 4000 milliamp battery, which would match the Galaxy Note 9. So my guess, seeing these battery capacities, is that with the S10 Plus, you're gonna get very similar battery life, probably slightly better maybe than what you get on the Note 9, which is fairly decent. At least for me, it's fairly decent. It's better than average. And then on the S10, the regular version having a 35 milliamp, we're gonna get similar battery life to the S9 Plus, and then on the S10 Lite, you're going to get similar battery life to the regular S9 most likely. But anyways, the first story of the day is one of the most timely, weirdest things that you would probably ever suspect. Samsung 2019 smart TVs will have the ability built into them to watch iTunes movies and TV shows, and also it supports Apple AirPlay 2, which is like super crazy, especially when you think of Samsung and Apple suing each other, Apple and Samsung phones going against each other. It's just really weird to see that you can be able to watch, you know, iTunes movies and TV shows and AirPlay on your Samsung TV, but it's becoming reality in 2019 for tons of countries, over 190 countries for AirPlay, and then 100 countries for for the iTunes movies and TV shows. So if you're looking forward to this, pick up your Samsung 2019 TV soon. And the last story of the day was brought out by a bunch of people, including Ice Universe, who confirmed the look of this, and it's the ugliest iPhone yet. Now, as you can see here, it says exclusive first look at 2019 Apple iPhone 11 renders. And the first thing you'll notice, and really the only thing you'll notice, is the 3 cameras on the back. And they're more like a triangle setup, as you can see. You got 2 on the left, 1 on the right, and then a microphone on the bottom, and at the top you have the flash. And it looks really, I think, really, really weird. Maybe you like the way it looks, I don't. And then you can also see a camera bump going all the way around it, which again, not very sexy, not very cool at this point, especially when you get other phones from, you know, Android manufacturers who have the camera flush or pretty much flush, and that looks like it sticks out a whole hell of a lot. And then here's another look at it showing you even more the camera pushing out, and the cameras and the flash and all that stuff, and the button on the left here, or the right, I should say. So yeah, I think it's the ugliest iPhone to date. What do you guys think? Guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. New videos every single day. My question out to you guys is, what do you think of that new iPhone? Is it pretty? Is it ugly? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. We'll see you down the road. Peace.